as reputable as it is, it's definitely because of RJ. If we could put it on any one person's shoulders, and Lord knows he's put a lot on his shoulders, but we are in fact going to see the Fox being broken out from Sharp. You just don't know what the answer is going to be when it comes to Sharp. You just don't.
Yeah, no,
I'm done guessing.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out. But also, yeah, happy birthday to those couple homies real quick. But yeah, this is interesting. A lot of people say that Fox is bad online. Now, Fox maybe isn't as good online, but this character is still kind of insane. Now, you're not gonna be as crisp and, you know, probably not gonna get your confirms quite as consistent as, you know, other people might, but Fox is still really good, man. He might struggle off stage a little bit, but he still hits like a truck. He's still super fast. It's still kind of hard to react to some of the things that Fox is gonna do. And we'll see if Sharp's able to get it together. Right now, looking pretty solid.
Yes, gonna stick around as they do, and I mean, it kind of makes sense that Sharp would play someone like Fox, just someone as Sharp fundamentally, get it, as Sharp is. Then they are going to catch that neutral getup. Just go ahead, smash him in the face, and take the first stock of this best of 3 set. But yeah, I mean, this is a character that's all about the fundies. If you want to be able to get in quick and just kind of beat someone, kick someone multiple times, this is the character with which you do it. What kind of perplexes me though, Skiff, Fox Wi-Fi is kind of a rare creature, and really apart from Panther, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, I mean, Comet was being was a little active for a bit as well, but Comet, you know, not playing in as many Wi-Fi tournaments as much recently, and I think there's probably a couple solid reasons for that. But I mean, we'll definitely see if Sharp's able to make it work. Right now, looking fantastic. I mean, I'm not surprised he has a Fox, really. But to see it doing this well against number 3, I think, in the Wi-Fi era, 3 or 4 on the Wi-Fi Warrior rankings, that's actually really insane. Look at this. He's on the verge of 3-stocking Sonix.
Yeah, so now, as Sonix trying to get any sort of footing on this one, ironic not being able to see Sonic keep up with the Fox of all things. But I think it's usually the Fox that's trailing behind Sonic, but I digress. We're going to see this Fox flying just a little bit higher with not even a second tail in sight.
I mean, it'll definitely be tough. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Sonix was able to find a way to actually turn this around. But I think he might be as shocked as the rest of us are for seeing Fox and just seeing what Fox is able to do. Gonna barely miss that up here. Won't be able to close out that stock. And this is getting dangerous because the Fox is still gonna live right here, right? And a little over half rage could be taking the stock very soon. Great patience, goes in for the grab, had Sonix nervous, and the back air to close it out. Ooh. 3-stocking Sonix, are you kidding me?
Tranquilo, Sharp! Tranquilo! My gosh! 3-stock victory over Sonix. I feel like very few people have been able to say those words in that succession.
It's definitely not an occurrence, a common occurrence at all. Actually, no. Not even an occurrence. Like, it almost never happens. Like, that's how rare it is. But to see, I mean, Sharp come out, he looks like he's honestly razor sharp with his gameplay at the moment. Just absolutely killing it, man. That's insane. And now we're going to see how Sonix is going to have to retaliate here. Imagine we're going to a different stage. I'm not sure what Sharp might have left open, but he's got to be feeling good, man. He's got to be feeling good.
I mean, let's just go ahead. Remember, this is Sonix. Let me just go ahead and list off the list of names of people that they have beaten. Everybody at some point. And right. It's just ridiculous because you look at their page, it's like first place. You know, like anything other than first is generally an anomaly. And then Sharp just comes in with Fox, you know, ultimate grounded fundies character, and then they just do that. So this stage pick of Town and City definitely makes a lot of sense on paper. You want to get Sharp overextended and maybe give yourself a little bit of space so that you can act. I just don't really know. We might be in for a long game number 2, but I feel like at least one of these players is going to be in for a long one as well.
I mean, it could be a long game number 2, and honestly, I don't blame Sonix, but when he feels like a player might have his number on any of his aggressive approaches, he'll dial it back a little bit. I don't blame him, man. There's not only just a good amount of money on the line here, but there's a whole Summit qualifier spot on the line. So I don't blame anybody for cheesing playing lame, anything, whatever gets you the W. But we'll see if that's going to be able to work out. Sharp has got no problem playing patient here. He is so familiar with Sonix. They're great friends too, so they play against each other fairly often. And it's just a matter of making it all work. Right now, still having the percentage lead, was able to dig it away, man. Look at this pressure from Sharp. Sonix can get off the ledge. We'll find a way to do it.
Yeah, just digging a ditch for themselves, and now all of a sudden, maybe getting a little more firmly entrenched in this game number 2. I'm not really sure if you need a zoning ordinance for that in the city, but nevertheless, we're not going to question that. We're just gonna have these two fight it out and leave the civic work for the weekdays. And as that back air is going to send Sharp off of the stage, still, I mean, Sharp with this Fox able to make it back to the stage relatively easily and even gain advantage back in some instances. That's got to be trouble for Sonix.
Yeah, Sharp was almost on point with the Fox Illusion, almost getting the aerial move after that to try to potentially take a stock. Maybe, oh, the back throw gonna be able to take that stock. But I mean, it is what it is. Sonix now with a very strong lead, but the way that Sharp's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the stock back pretty quickly. Especially that back air that Fox has. It's pretty lethal. Probably not as good as Sonic's back air, but I mean, they're both really, really nice.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this is one of those moves. I don't think Sharp is going to be complaining about its efficacy at all. We saw that was actually the coup de grace for the for game number 1, so maybe a little bit of recompense, recognizing, hey, you know, I've got me some kill options too. And honestly, this is the sign of you know, just a really good player. The fact that you can go at whatever speed that you want. It's not just I mean, I'm going to use another baseball reference. Forgive me. As okay, chase him up to the blast zone. Sharp kind of does have to play like, okay, here comes the fastball. You know, when you're doing Fox especially, but you know, if you can throw yourself a changeup or a split finger or curveball, like change the speed so that you're not just firing lasers all the time, that means you're going to get people whiffing on a few things. And what happens when you whiff? Well, you can get struck out, right?
Yeah, you get your big punishes in. But right now, man, this fastball might be a little too much, as Sonix is just kind of, you know, running circles around Sharp, just doing some Sonix things. We'll see if Sharp's going to be able to find a way to kind of get this back here a little bit, because they certainly are struggling. Down 84% right now, and Sonix got no problem doing this, man. I mean, he's, like I said, it's all about trying to get the W.
Yeah, and you gotta figure out how to do it. There's more than one way to skin a cat, or indeed a canine in this instance in Fox. This is gonna be Sharp trying not to lose their hide against this Sonic, even though they are definitely down in the numbers. 3 minutes to go, and now it's becoming more clear for Sharp. They're gonna have to initiate.
Yeah, you kind of don't have a choice when you kind of get into this position. You know, you're down quite a bit in percentage, and there's like 3 minutes left to go. Eventually, you just got to start playing. You got to start approaching Sonix, man. And look at, I mean, even when he's running away, if you do not approach him correctly, he'll get the punish on that. Like you said, if you whiff, especially on Sonix, he will find a way to punish it. He's got Fox at about 120% here. He could honestly get into it. Oh, wow. Fell out of the spin dash. That was interesting.
Yeah, interesting. That's the word I'll use too. But I don't know. I feel like in a way, if you really think about this, as Sonix is going to take that second stock, in a way, this is kind of the ultimate show of respect to Sharp, isn't it? Where it's like, okay, I know that I can do pretty much anything that I want with this character, but you have earned me playing, let's call it optimal online Sonic. Oh my gosh, the platform really going for the up air. Gotta respect the effort. Maybe it was a, 1 in 100 chance, but 1%, you're not really at risk. You kind of have to take that at this point, don't you, Skip?
Yeah, you do have to go for some risks here. That is for sure. But right now, man, it's just trying to get around these spin dashes. It's a moving hitbox, and Fox doesn't really have a hitbox that isn't a part of his body. So it's just a matter of trying to find the right opening to get this happening, and almost getting a 2-frame right there. Probably would have closed it out, especially with that forward smash from Sonic. But 61%, we're getting into the last minute 45 here. 61% separating these final stocks. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Ooh, could be the start of something here.
All things considered, a lot closer than perhaps I was expecting, and now we're going to get this. These two bulls, kings of the barnyard, just kind of staring each other down, looking for supremacy. Sonix now trying to get in, pack on a little bit of damage, maybe frustrate Sharp. into ending this maybe a few seconds sooner than perhaps Sonix would have anticipated. But I really don't think Sonix is in all that much of a rush. And what did we say about top players? That common trait, Skip, patience. Sonix showing that in spades, and Sharp has to chase them around. It's like a dog chasing their own tail. But yeah, I think now we're starting to see the Sonic 2 tech with the Fox chasing Sonic around.
Hey, man, he's trying to get the top 8, and honestly, this is the way to do it. Call him Olympian because he's running now. I mean, we're going to see if he can find a way to close this out. 157. Oh, wait. Could be a little bit of something here. Now, the dangerous spot here, even though we got about 35 seconds, is... Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. No, we got it. No, that's... Sonic's got there. See, you all thought he was going for the timeout. I bet y'all feel silly now, don't you? But regardless, it is going to be 1 up as we go into game number 3. Now, we know, we have seen very clearly what both of these players definitely don't want to happen, but this does something interesting, doesn't it? Now, you do have Sonix able to ban, but also Sharp might just have doubted their character selection. That ever so dominant game 1 with Fox. Maybe they go away from that now. Is that possible? Like, this is really a test of Sharp's mentality here.
I think we're seeing a character switch for sure. No, we're not. Okay, well, I wonder what stage we're going to. Please don't let it be Yoshi's, because I do not know how many times I got to scream this into the void, that Yoshi's is not the counter pick for Sonix. We're not seeing... Okay, we're just seeing something about Steve. That's not going to give us a hit. We're going to PS2. Honestly, probably the best possible stage. Super even here. Whoa,
where it happened.
Right off.
This is where it happened. Sharp passed the test. You knew already that this is where they succeeded, but Sonic's immediately going to come right back out firing. They're going to have to eat their lunch at this ledge yet again, and immediately tacking on enough damage to give themselves a slight, if tenuous, lead. But Sharp, you could have switched off. You have a plethora of characters. Maybe you show that moment of weakness and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna finish it out with something that I know can do well. Maybe I can gimmick them with Joker and some Arsene stuff. Maybe I can go back to Sheik and just do whatever they're not expecting. Maybe I can go Wolf, but no, stuck with it. Saw what 3 stocked them, went to the exact stage and said, hey, you want to win this set? You're gonna have to redeem yourself, Sonix. I love that from Sharp.
For sure. And oh no, but that's a big start from Sonix right there. The Minecraft punch sending Sharp to the blast zone. You're gonna see if Sharp can find a way to answer back. 90%, you know, this is still a percentage that he could get like a falling there into an up smash and probably close out the stock from Sonix. Man, Sonic is not that heavy. I think just a little heavier than Fox, to be honest. Fox also is one of the lightest characters in the game. So, I mean, we're just going to see how this plays out. But right now, only 8% extra credit. Could be dangerous. The grab will put on a little bit more. Ooh, okay. Nice little down tilt. Ooh.
I'm kind of liking it. I mean, Sonix is answering the call really well. And even though they're going to lose that stock, taking 49%, this is already a much more manageable proposition than game number 1 in the sense that Sonix did, in fact, take a stock. So now, 2 stocks apiece. Sharp, a little bit on the ropes here, down but not out. I think they, if this were a pure match, they might have used a few of their rope breaks by now, Skiff.
Probably, yeah. But we'll see.
That's a stock. Oh, but immediately diving down for it. The suicide dive off the ropes. Sonix is a maniac.
The Tempe Suicida just going for it. But that's the thing, is like, I don't even know if Sharp would have actually been able to make it back. It certainly was close, but Sonix just for extra measure, ensuring that they weren't going to be able to make it back to the ledge or stage. That's just a great play from Sonix, man.
Absolutely brutal stuff, and you gotta love it from Sonix. You got so used to playing it slow. Well, guess what happens when I hit the gas pedal? You better be awake now, Sharp. And now the New Englander, after such a dominant game 1 on their final stock, and we're seeing the quality that led Sonix to be number 1 in the Wi-Fi world, and they are going to make it back. Yeah, that air dodge. You gotta love it, Skip.
Dude, that's the thing, is I can't even be surprised, because if you see the way that Sonic's hand grows in that forward smash, I mean, he probably grew his hands just to grab onto that ledge. Magnet hands on deck, gonna be able to just make it back, keep this stock alive at 60% here, and Sharp just gotta find a way to get this answer, but this is super tough. I know a lot of people will give Sonix a bunch of a bunch of crap for how he plays, but when this dude gets aggressive, it is absolutely unstoppable. Like, this dude is insane. And look at this, continues to put this pressure down on Sharp, trying to close out the stock here, wants to move into top 8.
You know, the thing is that we have seen Sonix make that exact recovery from under the stage so many times, and yet for some reason I still just grab my armrests and just tense up. It's ridiculous. But now Sonix, I mean, not letting Sharp land, but eventually here we go. All you need is a chip and a chair, and there's gonna be a showdown here. One stock apiece between two of the best that the Smash World have to offer.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting how this plays out. We got 3 minutes left on the clock here, and patience is what you kind of brought up earlier, and it's just a matter of can Sharp have the patience to keep this stock alive. I mean, we're starting to get nearly full rage. It's a matter of just trying to build up your damage over time, and maybe, you know, you're able to find the up smash, but this is certainly going to be tough. He just continues to take these stray hits. That Nair will eventually kill off the top.
Yeah, but just building up this damage, 178%. I mean, Sharp needs to just build up damage, but they're going to have to put their body on the line to do it. You'd have to think that one of these hits is going to be stray, and there you go. All you need is that throw at that percentage, and at 178, yeah, that kills off at the top of Pokemon Stadium. Sonix puts out the fire, and the blue blur is going to find themselves in yet another